what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you briefly how we did aircraft lettering. It's going to be just simply, on a piece of paper. I'm going to show you how we did a standard 6-inch letter, and also describe how the lettering was measured, because every letter had a certain size, obviously, and being the Navy, everything had to be uniform, and there was a very precise way of doing things, and I actually went through a special school to learn how to do it. I mean, it's not rocket science, but it had to be right. And so there were some tricks that they showed us to do it quickly, and things like how to lay out the different angles of the letters and what letters were what size, because the standard size was 4.5 strokes. Well, what is a stroke? Basically, the stroke is, if you imagined you were doing the lettering with a hand brush, you would say, okay, give me a 1-inch wide hand brush. So if your brush was 1 inch wide, it would do a 1-inch stroke, and so your vertical line would be a stroke. So if your letters were 6 strokes high, you figured out how tall the letter was based on how wide the brush was, and so it was a standard formula, like a ratio. So most letters were 4.5 strokes wide, so the letter S, the letter B, and so on, most of the letters were 4.5 strokes wide, and so it's, on a 6-inch letter it's 4.5 inches wide. On a 12-inch letter it's like 9 inches wide, but it's all based on that stroke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick demonstration of how we did the lettering on some paper, and I'll tape up one of them and just show you how it looks, and from there you can kind of imagine doing it actually on the aircraft, because it's about the same idea, except it's on the side of the aircraft, or the aircraft is rocking and there's salt spray coming everywhere and the wind blows your paper away, and yeah, it's never as easy as it looks. So the other problem is, things like salt spray and humidity. You'd be all going along, things are looking good, and your tape would not stick, and so you'd waste more time trying to figure out ways to get the tape to stick, and you'd go with the paint gun and you see half of your masking just blow away, and it was just drove you crazy. So it was life was good. So hey, come on, we'll take you down to the paint shop and we'll show you how it's done, or mostly right here, but we'll pretend. Okay, here we go. So settle in here. Gotta be careful not to knock over my camera, which is right over my shoulder. For ambiance today, we're listening to Metallica, Justice for All, which is one of the, well, now CD, one of the tapes I listened to actually during Desert Storm. Probably about 20 hours a day or something like that. And there's that, so keep that authentic. I noticed when I was listening to music that I listened to during the original writing of the diary that for Desert Storm Diaries, I got in a rhythm better, and a lot of the details came back, so I thought I'd try it again. Time out, hang on one second. Always got timers sitting around to keep me on track, so that's what that is. It was about to go off, so I thought I better stop it now. So, I'm going to stop the music for now. So okay, this is, I'm kind of doing some artwork for Christine, which is my artist friend, who's also one of my mastermind partners. And she's going to be doing my cover art for the book for Desert Storm Diaries, Letters from Home. And so I was kind of looking through some of the pictures that I had available to me. I've got more pictures in storage, but they're all buried, and truth be told, I'm just too lazy today to go out and dig through them, and hopefully I can find the ones I had. So I looked around in some of my old hard drive archives, and I had scanned some of these pictures, so these are from the old scans, which is, for the purposes for today, it's going to be good enough. I'm getting artwork together for Christine that she's going to actually hand draw or hand paint the cover art for the book. So I just need to get it, you know, get her an idea what it's supposed to look like. I don't have to do it perfect. She's gonna, you know, take it from there. So anyway, so these are fairly low-res scans, and then I printed them on my color laser printer here. So and I don't remember everybody's name here, so we'll skip that for now. But this is the flight deck. This is on the Desert Storm cruise. Aircraft 00 was one that we transferred out halfway through the cruise. So we had it the first half, and then we transferred it to another ship that was going back towards San Diego, and it went back for rework. And we traded 00 for aircraft 10. For the purposes of the cover, we're going to actually do 07 though. I think. Wait a minute. Take that back. We're actually doing 10. So because I've got a plaque that we had made on a previous cruise where we also had the same aircraft 10, and I've got the actual numbers for it, so I wanted to get that as authentic as we could. So it's going to be aircraft 10. Up here at the top, I don't know if that'll show up or not, but it says Club Bohica and then CHA. This picture was taken before we got our camels done. We actually had drawn a big camel on the front of the pylon right up here and did a big circle and a slash through it, so it was no camels. And so CHA was Camel Hunters Association, and Bohica is bend over, here it comes again. And so we were Club Bohica, because apparently some people on the deck thought we were really getting hosed or screwed or something like that. Of note on this picture and the next one is the diagram of the deck, the T line, the foul line, the cross line, and that's kind of an outline of a circle. You can't really see it right here. That's a little better in the next picture. The idea is when they start up and shut down, the nose wheel has to be within the circle, and typically they would park at an angle on one of these lines. Looks like they're pretty straight on that one. Depends on the winds. Any more details? Right up here is the patch, or the squadron insignia, which I've got a better picture of that. Most of this you can't really see. That's Terry, I'm pretty sure. He's standing on a bunch of pallets. I'll splice this in later so you can see it. But one of our pilots, if I thought of it, I could probably think of his name. That's the chief there. I think that's our warrant officer there. Probably a couple of aircrewmen there. And then one of our yellow shirt directors. I can't think. It's either Florence or Molly. Both of our yellow shirt directors were the females, the ladies, the girls, whatever. So that's that. We'll be using this for reference though in a minute, and I'm going to show you actually how we draw the letters. Because that was one of my jobs, was actually to paint the letters on. So.